So how do we process data that we get? If we take in information about people or processes or society, maybe we created one of those Google Forms like you guys did, how do we deal with that information and help it make sense for everybody? So there are some very complex ways of dealing with statistics, and statistics is a fabulous subject if you get a chance to take it in the future, or you can study it on your own. There's some cool Khan Academy lessons. But some of the ways that at this point in your career that are pretty accessible and we're going to practice here today are with averages. So check it out. Averages are measures of center. So there's three major measures of center, and then we also use the range to help us understand parts of it. So there's the mean, median, and mode. All three are considered averages. And in each of their distinct ways, they tell us something about the middle of the data set. So the mean is the sum of all the numbers. You add them all up, and you divide by how many numbers are in that data set. And that is the kind of average that people usually mean when they say average. They mean the mean. So that's kind of helpful. The median is the middle. I remember that median has like a sound like the middle. Median's the middle. It's a longer word. It's got some D's in the middle. Rewrite all of the numbers from least to greatest. This is how you find the median. You rewrite all the numbers from least to greatest, and the one in the middle, like the physical middle, once they're all arranged, and they have to be arranged or it doesn't make sense, the one in the middle is the median. Now, sometimes there isn't one middle number. There's just two in the middle. If your data set has two numbers in the middle, to find the median, you find the average of the two, and specifically the mean kind of average. So you'll find the balanced center of the two numbers if there are two in the middle. So median's the middle. Mode is the most common. And so it could be like on either end of your data set or somewhere in the middle, but it's just whatever's the most common. There's a weight to it. And then the range is just the difference. You like subtract the highest and the lowest number to see how far apart they are. Sometimes it's good to have a large range. Sometimes you're wanting your numbers to be closer together to show they're more accurate. So here is an example of that. You want to put your numbers in order. So before you do any computing, you should always write the numbers in numerical order. Smallest to largest is recommended. But this is especially for the median. So this shows all the ways of finding them, and you can pause this video to check it out more carefully. The mean, you add them all up and divide by so this one is 120 when you add it all up, and then you divide by 9 because there's literally 9 data points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you get about 13.3. The median is right in the middle. So if you just kind of go from the sides a little bit, you end up with 12 is right in the middle. And then the mode is the most common. So 5 is the most common. And then the range, you take the highest and the lowest and you subtract them. So 32 minus 3 is 29. It has a range of 29. And this is the number of soccer goals. So I don't really like what I call naked numbers. You want to put units on all of your numbers. So when you're saying the mean, it's about 13.3 soccer goals. Or if you had to round to the right number of significant figures, it'd be about 13 soccer goals. 12 soccer goals is the median, and the mode is 5 soccer goals. That means it's more common to have 5 than it is to have 12. And then there's a huge range here between 32 and 3 soccer goals. So why do scientists use measures of center? Why do social scientists use measures of center? Scientists use measures of center to help them analyze and interpret data. Using averages helps to reduce problems in the experiment caused by measurement errors. So if you do an experiment one time or a study one time, it's not going to give you very good information. You got to find the average. Using measures of center leads to more valid conclusions. This image is something I created to kind of help you visualize the mean kind of average. So check it out. It's the balanced center. So if you take all of these data points and add them together and divide by 11, because there's 11 of them, you get the number 7. And you could take 7 of those, and if you did a weight kind of distribution thing, they would literally balance each other out, the data points. So there's different pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages of each of these measures of center. So pause here.